Yeah, and you already know what it is on this side, man. It's every day.
Okay. I'm back in that. They don't know how to act my dog because you add the caps now. How they
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We back. This is You Might Not Like It podcast with your boy Wavy. We got Sam in the building and we got Sir Octavius. Fellas, how we doing?
Man, look, I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm happy, excited. Hey, Cards got that dub. Hey, we just need 10 more. Let's go, AZ.
Hey, talk your stuff.
I don't even mention these fake refs, but I'm doing good, fam. Another day.
Another day. Hey, another day. Another day, another dollar. Everybody got the dub on the pod except for the Bears. And, we definitely want to get into it, guys. Like we said, we're going to track the progress. Week 1 is here. Week 1 is gone. Here's a few little quick bits, right? Packers dominant in their first game. Micah Parsons, big impact. We got the Cardinals with a late scare, almost gave the game away at the end. It looks like we just couldn't get the job done if you're the New Orleans Saints. And then the Bears, all the talk has been the first 15 scripted plays, they look amazing. Ben Johnson couldn't adjust. Caleb Williams couldn't adjust. It looked like the Vikings defense cut the string off the puppet and the game plan fell apart.
Ref.
Sam, I want to start with you. Both me and we got a dub. The Bears the only one took an L. Sam, give us an update. What did you see Monday night?
Man, I seen a few things. I seen a bunch of holding, which they say it's always holding on every play, but it was some that was quite obvious. And this momentum pass interference after the receiver tripped and Stevenson fell a little bit on him. That changed the momentum. But it's neither here nor there. That was one play. Now we had some coach calls that wasn't acceptable. We had a missed field goal that was unacceptable. But we'll get it right. Next up, Detroit. That's in the past now. I'm through with it.
Okay.
A little bit mad, but yeah, week 2. I'm looking to the future.
Week 2.
Hey, Sam, I'll give you that. That holding was BS, though. Like, that was no holding, bro. Like, that, not at all. Refs missed that one, but I had to call that. That was some bullshit.
There was a few things.
Man, I sent y'all one hold. Like, I sent y'all one hold. It wasn't there when I sent y'all. I was like, look, check this out. Just blatant holding all around his collar. Couldn't get nowhere. Like, come on.
There's a couple of missed calls. There's always a few in each game.
Yeah.
I do think the game was called, pretty fair throughout, right? I just think that the Bears did what I feel like the Bears do. Oddly enough,
they stopped playing in the fourth. They stopped playing. The defense.
Oddly enough, the last time y'all had a coach in his debut up double digits, he took an L to another divisional opponent. It was when that bad man Aaron Rodgers was down 20-0 and came back and pulled that game out 24-23. So it's unfortunate for y'all debut coaches coming out and not being able to grab W's.
All right. That's all right.
Yeah. I saw some things.
I did say we was going 9-8. So we only could lose 7 more games,
Yeah. Today wasn't one of them games.
Yeah.
But I saw a few things out of the Bears, right? And they looked polished. They looked good to start that game out. And it was just in dominant fashion. I mean, locked up the run with the exception of, I think they contained Aaron Jones, but Jordan Mason was just breaking runs the whole game. And I thought the Bears would be a little better against the run. Did a great job on Justin Jefferson.
Too now.
Correct. Did a great job on Justin Jefferson as well. I think y'all did a great job to start. And then it looks like that second half, he kind of started to break out. Obviously got the touchdown, got the big throw up the sideline with the toe tap. And I think he just became an outlet for McCarthy and gave him a lot of confidence. So obviously on to week 2, we got the Lions coming. You're going to Detroit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bears going to Detroit. All right. So the Bears going to Detroit week 2. Obviously the Lions didn't look good week 1.
Definitely did.
Sam, what are we going to see from the Bears? Because obviously Ben Johnson coming home. Ben Johnson coming back. And Amon-Ra St. Brown said on his podcast, it's going to be Boo Birds. And Boo Birds is going to be out. They know what time it is.
Chase that dollar, man. But I honestly think I know the Bears fans might not like it. I'm a true Bear fan, but I think we get beat in Detroit as well. That would be our second loss. But I do believe we get there. I think emotion's gonna be really high. And Ben, even though he made the mistakes as a rookie coach, I'm pretty sure the emotion gonna probably overwhelm him if Dennis Allen and them don't get in his ear and be like, "Hey, dog, you need to go and call this time out here and there. Get the situation under control." But we do have a couple key starters coming back. But with that still being said, I still think we lose by 3.
Okay, close game. Cardinals pull out the win against the Saints.
Dub.
What did the bird show you? What did you see? Who popped off? I saw a big run down the sideline and I was looking. I was like, is that Bam? Is that Bam?
They ain't play Bam. They ain't want to play Bam. They ain't want to get. I thought the same thing too. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, about time my boy gets some showtime, but no, they ain't want to play Bam for whatever reason. I've been looking up. I ain't found a reason, but no, Trey Benson showed out, man. He definitely did. 3rd round pick last year. Did his damn thing, but a couple things that I did not like I told y'all before. I said I've been talking to a lot of people because they were like, yo, Arizona really going 11-6. I was like, yes. I'm like, the only thing that I'm worried about is when my boy Murray, he get a little too fancy and he started to try and make things happen with his legs and make plays out of nothing. He could do it. I'm not saying that he can't. But he just do too much sometimes, and he put himself in the ball in some scary situations. But him and Michael were definitely starting to show up and show out. That's what I like to see. They were getting their rhythm, you know what I mean? And this was the first game, and that connection was there. And again, we found somebody that can actually run next to our other running back. And so I seen some good, but I was also scared as well because our defense was starting to break and scatter in the fourth, but they held it through, and we came through at the very end. And so it's a dub. It's a lesson learned. Again, I think as long as our defense tightens up a little bit more, we'll be good. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. We got up against the Panthers, which the Panthers were looking really solid last week. Like I said they was. I knew they were going to come out looking better. And so, look, we cannot let them come to our first home game and we get overly confident because we beat the Saints and take them for a joke as what they think they should be. But we got to play our game and definitely, I know we'll take a L or we'll take a dub. My bad. We'll take a dub. I'll call a score. I'm going to do 27-14. Cards 27-14 over Carolina.
27-14. Okay. And you're right. I think when you look at what I said in a previous episode, that week 2, depending on how Carolina comes out, obviously Carolina had the game delay, so that game stayed on a little longer. But again, that game was a lot closer than, it really seemed the whole time. I know, there was one team with the lead the entire game, but again, I think that the Carolina Panthers for sure stayed in that game, didn't get blown out like they could have. And so the Cardinals banging out with the Saints and only winning by a touchdown, I think makes that a much, much better game. It makes it a more exciting matchup now. Sadly enough, you don't never want to hear your team with the bottom feeders, but definitely makes this a tighter game.
And I said,
yeah.
McBride is, and that's a solid tight end right there. So he's starting to find his weapons. He really is, and I'm loving it. I just need James to start running like he was running last year. And again, we got Trey Benson doing this thing. So our offense is finding our way again. It's just our defense because we should have won that game at least by 14. It shouldn't have been as close as it was. But, Saints started to find their way, and, it's the first season or the first game of the season. So, but I'm happy. Let's just see what we got to do next this week.
5 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown from the young second-year wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Definitely think they keep getting him the ball, keep feeding him the ball. Buda Baker added 10 tackles. Defense will get better, I think, in Arizona. I'm interested to see that game next week against Carolina. Now, Sam, you got anything before we go on to the NFC champs, NFC North champs?
That was the Vikings, bro. That was the Vikings now. That was the Vikings.
Do you have anything?
That was the Vikings. That was the NFC champs. So
No, they weren't.
no, it was
Do you
Detroit.
have
It
anything?
was Detroit. I ain't got nothing to say, man.
Nothing
I'm
for the
still mad
Cardinals.
at the refs, dog. I'm still mad at the refs.
Okay, all right. I just want to know if you had anything on the Cardinals. But ladies and gentlemen, we got to see our first action. Green Bay Packers and that defense with Micah Parsons coming in. And what I'll tell y'all is what I saw was a Detroit Lions offense that had no clue what was going on. They had no idea how to be prepared for what they got. And there were moments they would drive down the field where Green Bay would normally give up these touchdowns or give up a fourth down conversion. Green Bay was standing tall. Green Bay was creating pressure. Green Bay had Jared Goff looking off a little bit. And a lot of it, I think, came from, some of that pressure. I think Micah Parsons got double teamed more than half the plays that he was in there on defense. But that opened up the door for Van Ness, for Gary, for all of the defenders. Even Quay Walker had a great game. So I think Green Bay showed me that we can shut down some explosive offenses. We could bounce back and we could bend, but not completely break. And how about that Green Bay defense holding them under 50 yards rushing? Sam, we don't stop the run.
They didn't run at Parsons right.
46 yards rushing on the day. Green Bay, I think, shut up a lot of people that had something to say about, Kenny Clark this, Kenny Clark that. They can't stop the run. This Detroit offense have two of the best running backs in the league.
Yo, that's crazy.
So I think Green Bay showed a lot. I think Jordan Love did exactly what I said, right? What was I looking for from Jordan Love? I needed Jordan Love to convert on third down. Jordan Love had a big throw on 3rd and 10 to Matthew Golden, to get that first down. Had the touchdown to Kraft. We got a lot of things going on. Jordan Love, 18 completions to 10 different receivers. So a lot going on. But Green Bay, I think, really came out from offense, from defense, and really, showed up in a big way. So super excited and, very excited for this matchup tomorrow. We're going to pick this game. So I'm going to try not to touch on it too much. But I think Green Bay comes out and Green Bay has another dominant performance. There's tape on this second-year quarterback. And I think, Green Bay is going to be able to turn up the pressure. And obviously, Micah Parsons is familiar with this guy. Micah Parsons knows this guy. Micah Parsons played this guy 2 times last year.
How many wins he get?
Micah Parsons didn't play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
No.
But I think Dallas split. Dallas split the series last year.
All right. That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah. They split last year. Division games.
So he know half of them.
No, he know him. He got after him.
Joke.
Yeah, he got after him. But, last year, that's where he got the 3.5 sacks.
Yo, can I ask a question though?
Of course, Octavius, free.
With everything that Green Bay showed. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Green Bay showed their offense, they showed their poise, and they're balanced.
They dominated.
Honestly, they look very scary the first game of the season. And look, they always look solid offense. I can't take that away. Jordan Love has definitely came around to be the quarterback that Green Bay's offense knows how to develop. And that's the one thing that a lot of people, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about is Green Bay knows how to develop quarterbacks. They bring them in underneath a veteran. They make them sit, they make them learn, they make them watch, and they come out and they don't come out as a top star candidate, like where they're a big name, but they come out and they're very solid and proficient with their throwing. They don't give up the ball. And that was a big thing with Jordan Love. And I'm going off tangent. Last year, I think in the playoffs where he threw like 4 or 5 interceptions, I think in the playoffs. And that was something that he never really did in the offseason or in the season. But nevertheless, the question I have for you, T, is look, yes, they stopped the run, and that was a big thing because, like you said, Detroit, I mean, they had the perfect shake and bake, baby. They really did, right?
Yeah.
What they call themselves? Sonic and Tails, I think that's what they call themselves.
Nah, bro, Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles, my bad. But Jared Goff still got off. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, 31 for 39, what was that, 225? So, I mean, yeah, you guys stopped the run. Y'all dominated that. But I mean, he still did his thing. So what's your thoughts on your DBs? Because look, y'all got an amazing front line to be able to protect and slow down the run. But what are you gonna do about your DBs, or who are you looking at for your DBs?
So I think one thing we forget is the game ended 27-13. This was a 27-6 game for the majority of the second half. The Lions were throwing the ball every single down. Obviously, you think about it, Montgomery got 11 carries. Jahmyr Gibbs got 9 carries. So only 20 carries from your star running backs. 20 carries in the game. They weren't really running the ball a lot. Jared Goff was throwing the ball, like you said, 31 for 39. The reason he only had 225 yards, there were a lot of dink and dunks. The ball was coming out quick. The pressure was getting there. He had to get the ball out quick. If he wasn't getting rid of that ball and was looking deeper down the field, we would have more than 4 sacks. But I think the defense did great. I think the corners did great. I think they did a good job. And, one of the reasons I say that is Amon-Ra St. Brown torches us every single year. 4 receptions, 45 yards. You know what I'm saying? Jahmyr Gibbs, think about this. And this is what I mean by dinking and dunking. Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 receptions, Octavius, 31 yards. It was a lot of dinking and dunking. So he only had 225 passing yards. Normally, he go over 300 on us. I think we still did a great job.
I mean, you can go by stats, but outside looking in, you look at that and you say they became one-dimensional, and he still got them yards. I mean, you could look at it a number of ways. But I understand it, Dick.
Yeah.
I understand it.
I think the game plan looked very simple. Hey, don't let the pass rush disrupt us. Get the ball out quick. And he got the ball out quick. Sam Laporta, I think, was the second leading receiver, or he led in yards, second in receptions. He had about 79 yards, 6 receptions. So there were a couple times Sam Laporta was wide open, and I wonder where was our defense, what was going on. But for the most part, I think that secondary did a great job. So, anything else? Any other questions? Anybody else? Come on, y'all. We got to see Micah. You know what I'm saying? We got to see it, Green Bay.
You got him a sack in there.
You know what I'm saying? I said Super Bowl. And, right now, the way Philly look, I mean, hey, people going to keep Philly out in front because Philly won, right? So the power ranking is going to say Philly. But right now, until I see what Philly got against the Chiefs, until I see what Philly got against the Chiefs coming up, which is one of the next things we're going to talk about. Actually, you know what? Before we talk about Philly and the Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen, hot take of the week. Are the Kansas City Chiefs done? Are they done? Kansas City Chiefs, it didn't look like they had that Mahomes magic, right? You got one big throw down the field in that clutch time where he needed to kind of make a comeback, but the Chargers turn right back around and dominate that defense like so many others have done. Patrick Mahomes couldn't come down and, get it done. Obviously, we had Xavier Worthy go out. They got a couple other, pieces that are missing and different things like this. But what do we think? Can we chalk up the Chiefs as done?
Let me throw this at you. When you say done, do you mean done as being dominant? Do you mean done as being a dynasty? Do you mean, what do you mean by done, so I can give you the right answer?
The Kansas City Chiefs no longer run the AFC West. They are done. They no longer run the AFC. They are done. They will probably make the playoffs, right? But they're not the scary, dominant Chiefs that everybody knew and loved.
I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna say this, and this is something I know Sammy definitely ain't gonna like. Y'all ready? I'm gonna use what do you call them? Smoke and mirrors. There was once upon a time a team named the Golden State Warriors, who was dominant, who was scary, look, they ran the league for 2-3 years. But unfortunately, they came across a really great player. I'm not even gonna even say his name. I don't even want to get that started, but they came across a really great player, and that great player with a supporting cast stole their heart. They were down by 3, and that great player and his team took their heart away. And Golden State was in shambles. And what they have to do, they had to go and get the next best thing, closest next best thing in KD, which shook the whole entire NBA up, pissed a lot of people off. And then they became great again, but it was only for a short amount of time. And that great player left, and Golden State has never been Golden State again. That dynasty, that dominant presence, when they touched the floor, like they knew they would. I mean, nobody was touching. Golden State's still good, right? Don't get me wrong. They can still go up and they can still compete and potentially win a chip, potentially. But there was one point in time, like when they played, it was like, oh yeah, Golden State going to the chip. So I say all to say, is Kansas City done? No. But do they have that dominance power, that presence that they once had before they went up against the Philadelphia Eagles that stole their heart in the Super Bowl? Like literally, like you see Patrick Mahomes like over on the sideline, like with a face with, he didn't know what the F to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's not normal. Usually when Patrick Mahomes go off the field because he couldn't score, usually you see him on the sideline barking, right? Talking that back to the team like, yo, wait till I get back on the field and I'm going to show you what's up. But like the Philly, they humbled him. Like they humbled the hell out of him. Like, yo, you was good, but now we here. Like it's levels to. And so I say all to say, I don't believe that they're done. I still believe they have the talent and they have a coach like no other that is a phenomenal coach that's always going to keep them in the fight. But can we sit here and just say, oh yeah, Kansas City going to the chip this year? I can't comfortably say that because there's too many teams that have gotten phenomenally good. Again, you got Green Bay that got good. You got Philly, like, and Philly don't look like they slow it down whatsoever. You know what I mean? That's just two. I mean, shit, you got Baltimore Ravens, Bills. I mean, look, it's wide open now. And so I'm gonna say it again. Do I think they're dominant? No, I don't think that team scare them anymore. I think everybody got to see coaches, defensive mind coaches, got to see how to beat them and how to beat the man, the myth, the legend, and himself. And look, we got to see it on full disclosure against the Chargers. And I called it. I called the Chargers over Chiefs all day. So that's my long-ended answer for you.
First of all, we got to talk about this Hall of Fame quarterback that y'all saying is done. Kelsey ain't the same person he was. It's the first game of the season. You had a great coach for the Chargers who basically dominates the game with his mind. So to go off this first game, even though Philly did to him what he did to him in the Super Bowl, that's Philly. I'm going to say I'm not betting against him. I would say no, because I know that defense that we usually see from Kansas City wasn't there. And no, they're not done. They're not done. And to his proven otherwise, no.
Okay. I think what I mean by done, again, is just they're not the dominant force in the AFC.
They're gonna be their division champ.
Right, but here's why I say this, right? One, Chargers. Was this signs of a better Charger team or a collapse of the Chiefs, right? And so
Charger.
Right. And I think it was a better Chargers team because in years prior, what would have happened, the Chiefs would have went down, scored, the Chargers would have rolled up and balled up and cried, and then the Chiefs would have got the ball back, went down, took the lead. Well, this time around, they go down, scored, Chargers answer right back. Go driving down the field and answer right back. Travis Kelce, only 2 receptions. Hey, maybe the engagement is getting to him or something. Pat Mahomes, 24 of 39. Not as accurate as I like to see Pat Mahomes be. 258 yards, 1 TD. Hey, we didn't get a ball away. He didn't get sacked, but he had 6 rushes for 57 yards. So there was some pressure there. There were some moments where he had to scramble and get out of there. There were some times where he did have to do some Superman stuff, but can teams catch up with them and can teams dominate that defense is really what I'm interested in. And as you think about what's going to happen this next week, you get the rematch to the Super Bowl.
I do say this, though. I say they're not done, but we all know this is sports entertainment, and I really do think they're pushing that boy in Buffalo. So I don't know.
Well, that's what I was going to say, Sam. We saw exactly what Baltimore looked like. We saw what Buffalo looked like. We saw what the Chargers look like. This is what I mean. Has the AFC caught up to Kansas City?
Yeah.
They there. They there. And
I
like I
believe it is.
said, it is sports entertainment, and I
Yeah.
think they want that white face as the face of it. And
I won't go there. I won't go there, Sam. I just because like everybody's been since he's came in the league, they've been waiting for him. I mean, nobody's really been talking bad about him besides, I mean, he just in a division. You know what I mean?
Hey, brother, I don't mean to cut you off, but this cat led the league in interceptions, and they still was calling him one of the best ever.
Yeah, but I
Anybody
mean,
else? Lamar Jackson
he's
had
showing his
won back-to-back MVPs, and they ain't never gave him the credit they gave Josh Allen. And Josh Allen led the league in interceptions, and they never gave Lamar the credit he deserves at all.
No, I think that's
Allen
BS.
ain't won in the playoffs neither. But that's the first thing they said about Lamar. What's the difference, brother?
I think Lamar has proven a lot of his doubters wrong, in a big way, winning back-to-back MVPs. Now it's just to the point of just a super chip. You know what I mean? Like that's really about it. I think it's to the point Josh had to prove himself to be Lamar. Lamar was already there. You know what I mean? Now it's just about him winning the chip. That's what everybody's been saying for the last 3 years. And now you got Derrick Henry. He's like, bro, come on. Right.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm talking about a conversation. I'm talking about the conversation.
No, for sure.
You have this quarterback that they always promote. They've been promoting him since day one, who failed year after year, year after year, year after year. They still promoted him, still put him as top 3 quarterback. Lamar had won MVPs. They would not give him the credit. He couldn't throw. He couldn't do none of this stuff entering the league. And he done proved that all of them wrong. True. But when have they put him in a top 3 near Josh Allen, near Burrow, near Mahomes? When have they put him up there? They never did it.
Well, I mean,
he ain't accomplished nothing.
If we gonna be real, look, Lamar Jackson's as black as you can get. My man still be rocking an icy grill every chance he get. So like at the end of the day, each face what's a better representation of the NFL? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, watch Lamar Jackson, bro. He as thorough as you could be and don't care. But going back to a normal conversation for the Chiefs. Here's my question. If they go down and they start the season 1-3, because I don't believe they're gonna beat Philly. I think Philly got the upper hand. Philly got the momentum, and Philly know how to beat them. I don't really think they're gonna beat Philly. They're gonna get off on the Giants, possibly. I'm telling y'all, the Giants got a different type of move with them. And then they go to the Ravens.
Yeah, you gotta chill with that because they got their ass whooped. That's the only move they had.
Just watch it work. They came off a horrible ass season. I truly do feel like they got a different culture though. I really do. It's not gonna really start showing or resonating until like week 4 or 5, I promise. But then they go up against the Ravens. So I mean, who's to say if they go up 1-3 or if they start off 1-3, what y'all gonna say about that? Or is he gonna be like, oh no, they just went up against the tough. They had a very first start of NFL.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that the Chiefs' dominance is coming to a close. I think that you're going to start to see the Chiefs having to play that first game in the playoffs. They're going to be their wild card weekend. They're not going to be that team getting that first bye. They're not going to be the team getting to use that Arrowhead crowd and being in their background. Now, I think that Patrick Mahomes ain't done. I don't think so, not at all. I think that they're missing, they probably make one big splash in the free agency on defense to reassure and get that defense shored up a bit. And then I think you see them start to dominate a little bit. But I think you see maybe 1-2 years out, and then Pat Mahomes is still young enough to where I think in year 3, year 4 that we talk about, he's able to kind of bounce back and able to still take that team if they can get there. Travis Kelce's getting old. Sam said it. Travis Kelce ain't the same. Who we gonna find at tight end to back that up? They got Hollywood Brown. They got Rice.
Cole Kmet.
Come on. They got a lot of talent out there. They had Worthy, obviously, right? They have a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. They could score. They're an exciting offense. Can that defense show up? Can that defense be dominant? But it looks like the AFC is caught up.
Porter, Cole Kmet. That's who Kansas City gonna go get. One of them. Porter.
Well, yeah, y'all gonna give them away with y'all new Love Land with y'all new tight end.
No, we like Cole though. We like Cole. I'm just saying, Kansas City gonna try to reach out. Call Kelsey Pussywood.
I think Kelsey's a rap. He was. I think when you flirt with if you gonna retire, not especially in a sport like that, and then you get a high profile lady like he does. I mean, what are you still playing for at this point?
Right. Now, Sam, just one more thing I want to piggyback with real quick. Lamar does it to himself, Sam. And you're absolutely right. Josh Allen hasn't won anything, but it's a debate just like Kobe versus LeBron, right? The reason I say LeBron leaped over Kobe is he dominated that head-to-head.
Yeah,
He dominated that head-to-head.
He won that head-to-head.
So Lamar Jackson in the regular season is 3-2 against Josh Allen. In the playoffs, he 0-2. And I think that's the biggest difference when they talk about the separation between Josh Allen and Lamar. When you look at it, they're a similar player in a way, right? Both can throw the ball. Both can run the ball. Both are going to use a run game. Both are going to be able to kind of show the arm talent that they have. But Josh Allen has gotten those playoff wins. That's why you see Josh Allen get in there against the Chiefs. And it's not so much Lamar always getting there or Lamar being in the AFC Championship.
But I ain't hearing a conversation about Burrow. Burrow is the only one that beat Mahomes.
Right.
Josh Allen or Lamar ain't beat Mahomes. But still, Lamar ain't never led the league in interception. Never led the league in turnovers as a quarterback. Josh Allen has. Josh Allen had just as many interceptions as Dak had about 3 years ago.
Josh Allen does throw more interceptions than Lamar does as far as, we talk about protecting the ball.
But he's still considered a better quarterback.
Right, but you bring in, God, bro, stop bringing other people. Who cares about, bro, Joe Burrow ain't been brought up in these conversations in a minute.
But
right?
He's the only one beat Mahomes. He's the only one beat Mahomes.
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have been more consistently showing up and getting to these games over the past 3 years. And that's the reason why you're hearing this conversation. But I think Josh Allen being 2-0 is the only reason why. Now, you can push that, the white man, the black man narrative, Sam. 100% that rings true in a lot of things. Because again, you talk about Lamar, he can't throw, he can only run. Now, Josh Allen outperformed him because Josh Allen needed to this game. Josh Allen was in the passing mode, and the Ravens had their run game working. Lamar Jackson didn't need to go for 300. But Zay Flowers looked good. Zay Flowers went over 140 yards receiving. He was able to find everybody. He played well in the pocket. He escaped only when he needed to. I didn't feel like there was a lot of just one read and then run. Lamar Jackson played a really good game. Lamar Jackson played a really good game. Lamar Jackson played a really good game.
He didn't lose it neither.
Lamar Jackson's team lost that game. Now, but that's the debate. This debate can go back and forth.
But
when you look
Kansas
at it,
City, no, they
2-0
ain't
in
done.
the playoffs. I think you see Josh Allen. I called it in the beginning of the season. Josh Allen gets there and meets them in the playoffs. Josh Allen leaps that hurdle. That's where I'm gonna leave it. I'm going to drop that one cold right there. Sam, you got the paper from last week, brother? I want to get people an update. Obviously, we got a jersey on the line. We had our first week of the weekly pick'ems. We got week 2 coming at you. Week one.
Sam, I ain't never going with the Bears again, bro. That's it.
Who? And you know what? All the talk before I got on the podcast, bro, real talk, all the talk was, man, I think San Diego going to win. I personally said this to myself, and I personally was going to pick San Diego, but I got in a moment with Octavius, and it threw me off. I know.
Yeah, so what you saying, you should have been 4-0?
I should have been 4-0, brother, because I'm that cold. Listen,
I should have been 3-1, but I had a bad rep.
Here we go.
I mean, it is what it is.
So, obviously, Thursday night, I think no. Y'all picked Dallas.
No, I picked Philly.
Okay, you picked, you said mama ain't raised no fool. Octavius picked Dallas. Me and Sam picked Philly. We got the dub there. O took the L there. The next 2 games.
Could have won that game, though.
Thanks.
The weather fucked up Dallas. Dallas was on a momentum run.
Yep. The Bears should have won too. Yep. I hear it. Listen, we live in the real world, brother. These things did not happen. So
it is what it is.
Exactly. You might not like it, but goddamn it, They took a L. So I went 3-1.
2-2.
Sam and O both went 2-2.
Yeah.
No, wait. I thought I went 3-1. Oh,
No,
it's because I
no.
picked Dallas.
How did
No.
you go 3-1, brother? Come on, man. Not everybody can be great, but I'll take the first round win at 3-1. So far, I'm 3-1. Octavius and Sam are 2-2. That's the week 1 update. Let's jump right into week 2. Let's get the week 2 pick'em out the way. Let's jump in here and let's get this going.
Commanders, Packers at Green Bay. What do you say? Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna let y'all pick them.
I'm gonna go Green Bay. Commanders they started off good. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
Sam?
That's a hard one for me, since I'm a Packer hater.
I'm glad you can admit these things.
Hey, it's in the genes. It's in the genes.
That I'm a Packer
But
hater.
I don't like Washington either with that damn Hail Mary last year.
Jeez,
So
I forgot about that.
So
think about it, Sam.
I'm gonna go Washington. I think he got to make up for last. I think Dan's got to make up for last week. I'm lying to myself. I'm gonna go Packers, man.
All right, so all three of us are on the Packers. And if you're out there betting, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there betting, I believe right now the line is under 224 passing yards for Jaden Daniels. I'll be banging that under. Green Bay 2-0. I'll at your boy. All right, Sam. What we got? We got Sunday night.
Falcons at Vikings.
I like this matchup. I really do. I'm going Atlanta. Phoenix showed me a lot week 1. Great numbers. 298 yards passing. Threw the ball almost over 40 times. Did not turn it over once. Great completion percentage. I'm going to go Atlanta. And I'm going to go Atlanta by more than 13.
What do you say, oh?
I'm gonna go Vikings on this one, man. I think they obviously the Vikings back office head coach, they see something special. And look, the one thing that I was seeing and I was hearing is like he didn't give up. He has that poise to continue to fight, that leadership ability to do what he does. And I mean, they were down. He was having a horrible game with the first 3 quarters against the Bears. And he started to find his connection with Jefferson. So I'm gonna go Vikings, man. I'm gonna go Vikings. I like Atlanta. Atlanta's a young team. I think Minnesota and what I've seen from McCarthy, I really do believe he gonna be that dude. I mean, they gave up a nice ass quarterback for somebody that was on IR all last year. He proved his first game. So let's go Vikings.
I'm going Vikings too. And I ain't going off McCarthy. I'm going off that defense.
Okay.
And it was the division champs last year. I just think they was fighting for division championship last year.
Booyaka.
Yes.
I think Vikings just cause that defense. I think Coach Flores, their defense coordinator, he made his adjustments and shut us down. So I think he'll be capable of doing that same thing with Penix and that running game over there.
Okay. All right, so we got the first 2 games out the way.
We got Bucks at Texans.
We got 2 Monday night games.
We're going to go with Bucks Texans first.
Baker. Other effing Baker Mayfield. That's who I'm going with. That's a dog right there, bro. And he showed that poise. I'm telling you, I'm going off this poise right now. He showed it. And he found his home. So I'm going with Mother May MF Fields. Let's go, TB. Let's go, Tampa. I gotta root my second hometown anyway. Let's go, Tampa.
Who you going, Sam?
I'm going with the Texans because I don't trust Baker.
Baker don't trust you.
He don't supposed to. I'm a black guy.
Yo, that's crazy.
Might not like it.
That's crazy. I'm going Texans as well.
That was a joke though.
I'm going Texans as well. Definitely riding high.
Y'all heart's gonna hurt that nigga.
I'm definitely riding high on this Texans team. They let me down in week 1, but I definitely think that there's some bounce back, and they're going to come out and deliver.
Last Monday night, we got Chargers and Raiders.
Chargers and Raiders. I'm going to go, man, this is tough.
Shouldn't be.
I go LA. I go. Are they not even in LA anymore, right?
Vegas.
Who you talking about? Call both of them
my bad.
LA.
Yeah, I thought Chargers moved to a different state. So much. All right, I'm going Chargers. I got Chargers.
I got Chargers as well.
I got Chargers as well. I love what Gino did. Gino came out. Gino got me a dub like I needed him to last week. But I don't see the Raiders, picking this one up. I think Brock Bowers, they got hurt, so is that lingering? But I'm gonna go Chargers.
That's what we're looking like.
So I think we got a healthy. I took Houston, right?
I took Houston.
You took Houston. O took the latter. We got a lot going on. We got a couple different picks. So
You the only one took Falcons too.
and I'm the only one took Falcons. So yeah, we should have another good week. This should be another healthy good week here.
Wait. Y'all went against Tampa, right? Both y'all went against Tampa?
We both went against Tampa.
We
Yeah,
both
so
went
that's gonna be
against
a L.
Tampa. You picked Tampa.
Let's run it, fellas.
So that's the week 2 pick 'em. Obviously, I'm in the lead right now at 3-1. We got 4 more games this week to see if these fellas can catch up. Again, the bet is a jersey. So the other two losers will be paying for a jersey. And like I said, I've already purchased my Micah Parsons jersey. So I will be looking for that Matthew Golden Agent Zero, baby.
Got
Yeah,
jokes.
I need me a Marvin Harrison Jr. jersey. Yo, I had a guy in Houston tell me that Marvin Harrison had like this big old ordeal happen when he signed in college, and that's the reason why this year is his first year being able to get a jersey produced. 'Cause I guess he had something going on with fans or something like that. When he signed a
Fanatics.
contract or whatnot. That was crazy. I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah, he signed a contract about his jersey sales and different things like that. And so I don't think he got any of the profits, or he was in a dispute over trying to get his name and likeness stuff.
Gotta respect
It was-
that though.
Yeah, hey, fighting for it, man, getting it going. You definitely got to. So, hey, while we got a lot of NFL happening, guys, we got Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford, the undefeated Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez. You got Bud Crawford, it looks like, I think, coming up 1 or 2 weight classes to meet Canelo Alvarez, jumping 2 weight classes. I've gotten a lot of outside noise about this one. I've gotten people that come out, say Bud get knocked out 2nd, 3rd round, saying it's going to go. Then the same person says, you know what, I don't know. It might go the distance. Then I get some other people talking about I got Canelo here, Canelo there. Ladies and gentlemen, you might not like it, but I got Bud Crawford getting the dub, going up. I just think there's some dogs that you just can't put down. And I think Bud is one of those dogs. It just don't matter how hard he get hit. He just keep coming. And I think we're going to see a really good fight. But I think people are underestimating that power. And I think people are underestimating the dog in Bud Crawford. So I'm going to jump out the window. I'm going to say Bud wins it. And I'd even jump out the window and say it won't make it past 10.
Whoa.
So, I've been thinking about this a lot. I watched the Netflix documentary on it. Both fighters are hell of a fighters. Let's just put it there.
Yeah, 100%.
The one thing about it is Canelo got taught in the ring by the GOAT. And he honors that and he respects that and he knows that. Yes, Sam, he got taught in the ring by the GOAT. Money, pretty boy Mayweather, right? He got taught by him. And ever since then, that was his first loss. And ever since then, he went on a vicious run and his success blew up. Just being honest with me, watch, you'll see. So I'm gonna call it, man. I'm gonna be honest. And Sam, you've been really talking about this during the entertainment business, and boxing hasn't really been entertaining as much as UFC. I'm really gonna go a draw on this one, man. I can't really see either one of them. I don't think either one of them is gonna put each other one down. They both got dogs in them.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Bud went up 2 weight classes, but look,
Yeah.
he's still gonna be able to give his business. So unless one of them drops each other 2 or 3 times, which I just don't see happening, I really think this is going to go to a draw, and I think this is going to do numbers as far as like a Crawford and Canelo 1, 2, potentially 3. Kind of like what they did with the Manny Pacquiao and the Mayweather. It was just they were past their prime. You know what I mean? And this is boxing's like baby right now. Like this is about to pull in so much money. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's going to go up to 12. And I think it's going to be a draw, and they're going to do a different or another fight.
Okay.
I honestly keep it 100. That is his sports entertainment, but it depends on which Canelo's showing up. Is it steroid guy or is it regular? No. So,
Sam, you on these steroids, crazy.
hey,
Where you hear the steroids that they give?
hey, I'm also say, jumping up 2 weight classes. That's crazy. I think Crawford ain't felt a punch from that type of weight class. Him being a dog, I do admit he is that. Canelo too. I think it go 12 as well. I think this fight does set up for 2, like O said. I'm not gonna call it a draw. I'm gonna call it it should be an obvious win, but it's gonna go to I gotta go with Crawford, man. I gotta go with Crawford. My son improved to me today. He had 2 broken jaws, man. I mean, it just broke, and he took it like a soldier. And he was
Took
underweight
it
for
like
that.
a champ.
He was
Took it
underweight.
like a champ.
He was underweight for that. So I'm gonna go with Crawford. I think he's gonna feel it though. But I think with that dog and his technique, and I don't give a damn if Mayweather did teach Canelo something. He ain't taught him how to feel Crawford.
Yeah. I think Crawford, because again, like, boxing fans, they gonna come out the woodworks, and which, I mean, are there really boxing fans anymore? Right? Like, y'all don't even support the sport enough for it to be as popular. Now you got ploys like this, the fight gonna be on Netflix, different things like that. So again, there are gonna be some people that come out and Canelo, valid. They're
If it go
100%
12,
valid.
if it go 12,
100% valid.
and they have to choose,
You think they're taking the undefeated fighter?
no. If they
You think
they have to pick, and it's hard to decide on who take the most rounds, I think they give it to Canelo.
Okay. I think Canelo has become a much smarter fighter. But at the same time, Canelo is still a dog, and Canelo will walk you down. That's what I love about Canelo's game, is Canelo will walk you down. Canelo will make you fight him. But that's the thing. I don't think Bud backs down. Bud's never backed down. Bud is going to come, and he's going to keep moving forward and bring the fight to you. So I am excited to see how Crawford handles the weight, because again, going up 2 weight classes, naturally as you age, you kind of put on the weight, right? So sometimes you naturally move into these weight classes. And with Bud being a little older now, it's hard for me, man. This can go any way, but I see 41 with 31 knockouts, right? Now Canelo, 63-2 with 2 draws with 39 knockouts, toe to toe with Triple G. So many classic fights for Canelo. And I think this will be another one. I kind of get a little overzealous sometimes when I say like knockout. Like sometimes that's just my feelings talking. I think if Bud wins this fight, it's going to go the full 12. I think if the fight is stopped early, it likely is because Canelo, got the KO. But the same as I say that for Canelo, the same thing can happen. It's just Canelo can take some abuse. And so that's the only reason why I think it's going to be so much of a taller task for Crawford to produce the knockout. He's going to have to punish Canelo, punish him. So we shall see. The fight is set up this Saturday, and it's live streamed on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone that has Netflix, tune in. This is a real fight. This is not Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. This is Canelo versus Crawford.
If it go all the way,
I miss the time when
the edge go to Canelo.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, oh no, I was saying if it go all the way, I think Crawford, but I like Crawford as a boxer. Crawford can box. He's smart. He's not just a strong fighter. Like, he can box. He's smart. Go ahead.
I miss the times when boxing used to come on HBO. I know nobody really watch HBO anymore, but HBO, pay-per-view. You actually had to buy the pay-per-views. That's what boxing actually meant something. You know what I mean? But now,
I got a question for you,
Yeah.
So you said go 12 and you say a draw. Now, if you put it in the judge's hands and it go 12 and you say draw, you still think they give a draw? Or do they go what they feel the favorite is?
Well, that's what a draw is, though, Sam.
I know
A
that means we
draw.
can't decide on who. I know what a draw is, but I'm saying, but they have to pick one. You put it in the judge's hands, and they have to pick one. Who do you say? Who do you say that they choose?
I mean, they got Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is calling a fight, right? He's just calling a fight. He's not an actual judge, I believe.
Yeah, Kellerman ain't a judge.
Yeah, he's just calling a fight. I don't know. I mean, because they both can fight. Ain't like it's not like one is a better fighter than the other one. I think right now, from what I know, is Crawford just had to go up a weight class. I was just reading right now 2 weight classes. I was reading right now. Majority of the fighters that went up a weight class, they won. So I
Canelo
don't
did
know.
it. Canelo did it. Canelo went up.
Roy Jones went up. He won. So it's in, when you look at it, because Canelo is fighting in his weight class and you had somebody have to come up and fight you in their weight class, you should automatically give that person credit off the gate, because I had to come up to fight you. It'll be different. It'll be different if they both were in the same weight class. So I think just off of that alone, because Crawford had to put on more weight to come and fight him at your natural weight, I believe it's a little bit of a leniency to Crawford just because of that.
Yeah.
But I think it's really gonna come down to. I really hope it comes down to just boxing, like skill boxing. And it looks like from all of the shows that they've done, they both have massive respect for one another. They know how big of a fight this is, and they both understand how good of a fighter each one of them are. And their prime, like this is not like where they're past their prime or they're rookies. Like they're both in their like prime. So this is gonna be a very skillful fight, and I don't think that I don't. If somebody gets dropped, it's going to be either early or late in the round, but I do see it's going to go 12. I think it's going to go a draw. And I think, to answer your question, Sam, it might be Crawford just because he gets that benefit of doubt of going up to.
Yeah, I
Right.
had to correct myself because Canelo did go up. Canelo went up, but Canelo took a L. Canelo went up for the light heavyweight title and actually lost. So
Now who was that?
he went up to I think it was Bivol. It was Bivol. Yeah, Dimitri Bivol. He went up and fought him for the light heavyweight belt, and Canelo took the L. So it is not an easy feat to go up and fight people at their weight. People they're naturally heavy there. They're naturally healthy there. They're naturally skilled, and they've fought there. Where you're fighting, what you're fighting is putting on that weight, and then now you have to go fight 12 rounds with that weight. It's not about just putting it on, but it's also about does Canelo hydrate up more even after the weigh-ins, right? That hydration period is crazy. So there's a lot to be said.
You think he can take the punches from Canelo with that weight?
But that's the part of it, right? Can you not get hit, right? Can you box? Can you get out the way? Can you not take those big shots? I think Canelo is going to be pressing. It's going to come down to, does Bud step back and say, look, I know I'm normally a hunter, but today Canelo hunting as well. We both going to meet in the middle of this ring and just throw him? Or do I have to play this smart and I have to, kind of box? I have to use my train, and I have to, step out the way, block, counter, right? Different things like that. What Crawford are we gonna get? Just like you say, what Canelo are we gonna get? There's a lot to be said there. There's a lot that can happen, obviously. So we shall see. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I'm excited. No matter which way it goes, I'm just excited that, two contenders at the level that they're at, decided to step in the ring together.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bud a little older now, but like Bud will never he'll never let that come out and be an excuse for him. And I love that about Bud. And so I think this is gonna be a great fight. And Sam, I think I could see this being a two match fight if he takes that 0 away from Crawford. I think you got to give Crawford his get back. But if it's a dominant fight, I don't think you challenge it. Just like Bud. Like Bud never went back and fought, the youngster he whooped up on because it was pointless. Listen, I dominated this fight. There was no point in me going back.
If it goes 12, it got to be a 2.
Correct, but that's what I'm saying, Sam. Like, it depends on what it looked like. But if it's a 12, dominant 12 by Canelo, there's no 2. If Canelo comes out and masterclasses this and goes 12-0, it's not, they're not going to have a rematch because it wasn't a fight. Only thing that happened is he took a beating and didn't get knocked out.
And y'all gonna say, where I get the steroid from? Y'all ain't heard that the man got accused of steroids other times?
No, I mean, I know that, that's why that's why Mayweather does the Olympic style testing and different things like that, is just to catch others, from doing that.
Pacquiao has said after Pacquiao has said that he was, and another fighter, Canelo, said like, hey, it could be hating, but that's what I was basing my comment off of. Other fighters saying like, this cat, like, normal people wouldn't have that stamina after so long, and he's still rolling. Like, he owns something called somebody in his camp failed. A couple fighters in his camp, Canelo's camp, then failed. Canelo have supposedly failed before and said that it was some food he ate in Mexico.
Yeah, everybody says the damn food they ate.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what my comment was based off of.
Okay.
But I kind of agree with everything y'all saying. But to keep it 100, I'm going with the brother cause I'm a brother, and I know and I know we skilled. I know we skilled in a lot of ways, and I'm going with the brother cause he's a brother, and hopefully Canelo ain't no steroids and they go mano, and what O said, like, just because he went up in weight class, if he lasts 12, I'm going with Crawford.
Okay. Spirited debate. Any last words on that debate? I mean, we got it as a draw, which is crazy. Anything
that
else?
It's a good fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be a good fight. It really should. That's what I'm excited for. I hope we don't see no ducking and running and running around the ring for 12. I really think both of them are going to go toe to toe, but skillfully toe to toe at the same time. I don't want to see a whole bunch of clinching or whatnot. I'm just excited to see a good fight. I think all Americans ready to see a good fight. I don't think we've seen a brother and Hispanic go toe to toe in a very long time. I can't even think of the last fight who was the last fight where it was a brother and a Hispanic? Y'all know?
Yeah.
One at Mayweather and
No. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. Wait, that was the last one?
I mean, bro, goddamn, that was the most notable one. No, there are black people fighting Mexicans all the time, Octavius.
No, for
sure.
The last big name, yeah.
The last big name.
I ain't been last time I've been watching fight was Trinidad.
Hell nah. I ain't got time for you, Sam. You and Bernard Hopkins. It sounded like the last time you watched basketball was in the 90s too. But
that's all right though. That's all right though. That's all right though. That's all right. Little choke fan.
Hey, it's all good. But hey, it's a spirited conversation, and I think that fight can go either way. And hey, y'all, so last episode 3, right, we had my cousin Alvin Duco, and we talked about pushing a line in comedy, right? We talked about what's acceptable, and he gave us some great commentary around this, and broke down some stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, Druski is in the news again. Once again, Druski has gone, and I don't even want to call it whiteface. Druski painted his entire body to look like a NASCAR redneck. God damn. I'm trying to, what is the word? But brother, listen, that Druski skit and the one before, Druski was the white YN in the hood. And so here's my 2 bits on it. Okay. Because it's getting a lot of backlash where, a lot of the white comedians are, once someone goes in blackface, it's this, that, and the third. And, obviously blackface and, the context matters. I think when you look at Druski's skits, anytime Druski has done anything, whether Druski was a nail tech making fun of Asians, whether Druski was, a black dude being a rapper, making fun of black dudes hustling their CDs outside, Druski is doing this all for the love of the comedy, right? Druski there's no ill intent. I don't believe there's any ill intent. He's doing this for the sole purpose of making people laugh. And the simple fact that he is dead ass 100% on every single time. And both instances, there is the white person that he enacted clone come on, basically saying, hey, man, that dude look familiar. It's me. I'm the white dude. I'm that guy. Man, you could come out to NASCAR with us anytime. Like, there's that side of the internet where people are welcoming it and people are embracing it for what it was. It was comedy. It was set out to do something and make you laugh. Now, in a lot of times that we in right now where, a lot of uncertainty and a lot of crap going on right now, you got somebody that just takes these things and scripts them together and really finds that comedic edge to produce something like that. So I think Druski is 100% in the right here. I don't think that this was anything where he was making fun or, antagonizing anybody. I think it was a fun spirited thing. Listen, if that ain't how they act in NASCAR, tell us he lying. Tell us it's a lie. Tell me the top red tan ain't real. Bruh, tell me he lying. The mullet, like it was 100% dead ass accurate. And I think about the one movie, Robert Downey Jr.
Hey.
I'm the dude dressed up as a dude to try to be another dude. And you think about in the context that they put that blackface in, he wasn't out there making fun, right? He wasn't out there making fun. It was put in there as, man, I think what it was put in there for was, look at all of the people from England. Like all of these dudes, man, you look at them and you like, he black. Man, they sound whiter than, most of these other white people, got the accent and everything. It's crazy. And they're taking a lot of American roles. You have a lot of these people that are coming over and taking a lot of American roles and acting as they're Americans, and they're from England. So I think that was the point of Tropic Thunder when they put the, Robert Downey in blackface. But what do y'all think? What was y'all take on Druski comedy skit? Was it too far?
You want me to go? Or you want to go, Sal?
I go. I'm gonna say I can see both sides of the fence, but to answer the question, no. And I think the backlash is how comfortable the people were around him, not knowing who he was. So if anybody has a problem with it, that means they're trying to. The backlash is more of a racist thing than they're trying to accuse him of. Because everybody on the skit was comfortable. Even the grandma sitting in his lap, smoking off a cigarette off his hands, So the comfortability of this type of person yelling out and all that America first and this and that and this and that. But once it's okay until you realize it's a black comedian. So all that black backlash is in my opinion, is only thing it's about is hating. And we don't hear this backlash from these people when somebody dress up in a blackface, as you said. We don't hear all this backlash when they talking about Asians. We don't hear this when they talking about Mexicans. We don't hear none of this.
Yeah.
So all this stuff is hating. He did exactly what he needed to do. And what they should do is understand who they are once they see the skit. If it's so offensive, since it's so offensive to you, change your ways. And, that's what I got to say about it. And I might have a different perspective of it, but hey, that's what I feel about.
I think, one thing I will say, Sam, just to rebut, like, there is backlash. You do the blackface is backlash. Like, it is cancel culture. There's a lot, right?
Yeah, people get fired and everything.
Correct. But I think it takes on a different meaning to go into blackface.
But it was a point where the blackface was totally fine. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Jim Crow.
I mean, I ain't say win, but I say it was okay.
Yeah.
It was comedy to them. You get what I'm saying? Until certain movements occurred, then it became, now we got to cancel people. We got to do all these sorts of things. But prior to that, it was promoted. It was like everybody needed to wear a blackface. People made millions off of it. But now, since everybody getting fired, now it's a backlash. Maybe they feel like he should lose his little money he making.
Yeah, I just for me, like, and again, it's not because he went like all white. For me, I always think it's the intent. Even if somebody does go blackface, it's the intent behind
It's
it and
funny.
how you did and what you did. I absolutely, yeah. Like if a comedian, here's the thing. When you talk about there's most times black comedians don't push that line like white comedians do, right? And you think about a lot of these comedy roasts and like even the ESPYs, Shane Gillis with a lot of the jokes that he got to say. Chris Rock ain't spitting a lot of those jokes. Chris Rock can take it there, but what do Chris Rock risk doing it? Chris Rock has to watch his mouth, right? They have to almost be, they can't use some of the jokes that they would like to use. Whereas a lot of the other white comedians come out and they say, and I feel like this skit is similar in a sense of this is like a black person coming out and saying all them crazy jokes white people be saying. It will really shake you up. But they don't do it because they know they'll get canceled. They get, they'll get, kind of blacklisted, different things like that. They may not be able to kind of get certain roles that, they might have been looking for. So that's what I think.
I truly feel it's a combination of a couple things. One, I'll just say out the gate, like I didn't have a fix to it. He shouldn't get canceled or a lot of backlash for it. But the world has just got soft. I think I forgot where I seen that. Just the world got soft, man. Like just being honest, they just try to cancel everybody for whatever reason possible. Oh, what was it? Last week I was watching Kings of Comedy, and just to watch Bernie Mac. I don't even know how many times Bernie Mac said "punk ass muff." You know what I mean? And he said it so many times back then. It was so funny. Nobody canceled Bernie Mac or said anything bad about Bernie Mac because social media wasn't even a thing then. Not everybody had a platform, a voice to be able to say something and get a mass gathering around. David Chappelle, I believe David Chappelle is still the dominant comedian that he is because he doesn't care about the line. He pushes the line past the line, right? And you love him for what you love him for. I mean, look, he even said himself, like, yeah, they tried to cancel me. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna keep being me because the real people, the ones that are not sensitive, will understand. You go to a comedian club to understand. It's common. You don't sit in the front of a comedian of a comedy show. Why? Because you might get roasted, and you gotta have thick skin for that, right? Like that's just the way the world is. And last thing I'll say is this: again, it's the culture that we're building up. Watching this skit where it was showing, dads that were dads from the 80s compared to dads in the 90s compared to dads in the 2000s. You know what I mean? I grew up where if I did something, it's like, hey, yo, go grab the belt. You know what I mean? I already knew what time it is. You got dads now that are like, maybe in the 2025, not all, but some that like want to sit down and have a conversation, on what's right or wrong. And so it's all about how we're being grown up. I got thick skin because my mom and my dad made it that way. But I'll say this. One of my best friends, my aces, his brother went into the Marine Corps. Cool white dude, for real. And me and him always had love for one another. He came back and was just throwing out racial jokes left, right, and center, right? Like, hey, oh, you want to go eat some chicken? Hey, you want some Kool-Aid, some great Kool-Aid with it? And for a minute, I was like, hey, like what when you become so racist? But one thing that he told me is that's in the Marine Corps, that's how they compensate. Like they throw racist jokes back at one another because they know it's not personal or they're not trying to do it out of hate. It's just picking at one another's culture and race, which we all do in the solitude of our own house, right? Again, I just truly think the world is getting softer and you gotta really be, if you want to be a comedy actor or a comedian, you gotta be either raw and know what's coming if you really raw, or try and not cross the line, but then where you gonna be at when it really comes on being funny. I think that's what your cousin said, Duke. You just gotta know you a funny motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta be that dude. So that's my thoughts on it.
I got a question because I didn't like I watched the skits, but I didn't research comments. Like, what type of backlash is he getting? Is they calling him
Like you got like
racist?
Von, you got like Von Theo. That's like it's time for me to throw the blackface on, And it's like you're just getting a lot of the white, comedians or like the white, people that are just jumping out and saying like, oh, it's time for me to put blackface on. Well, everybody will be mad then. Or, you're getting like some backlash, some little things in the comment like that. And obviously, the internet is a crazy place. You're going to get racist, this, that, racist, that, and the third, a million times. But there are a few people that have come out when those skits came out and we're just talking about like their whole reaction to it is just, let me go blackface now. Like, it's like, bro.
Why they didn't do that with Eddie Murphy in his movie?
Hey, wasn't Jim Carrey in Living Color?
Jim Carrey,
Jim
yes.
Carrey was, yes. Listen, well,
Eddie Murphy played a white guy. He didn't have as good as makeup as Druski had.
No, there's people have played white people have played black people before. This is an entire, like, I'm a NASCAR goer. Like, this was a shot at like an entire.
He just stepped across the steering wheel, huh?
Yeah, like I think a lot of the backlash is just him going into whiteface and being a black comedian. Now, obviously, I don't even know because bro, Druski light skin. Druski might be half white, half black, low key. I don't know if both of Druski parents are black, which I got to look that up. But like Druski has a lot. Here's my thing. Druski has a lot going on right now. Druski has a lot of sponsorship dollars out there. Druski got a lot of sponsors. I don't see Druski doing something like this if somebody ain't put something behind it. Like, it's just, for me, there's certain things that I think some people they're not going to do because, again, they have those sponsor dollars. Like, you'll get dropped for stuff like that. That thing could go the wrong way and boom, you get dropped from all your sponsors. So to lose out on that money like that for the one skit or, this and the third, I feel like as if this was almost like a production. This is a production. Somebody put this together.
I wouldn't know, like, on the phone running.
Yeah,
like
but I'm
that
saying, that's what I'm saying. I think somebody put some money behind this and like orchestrated this almost to the point of Druski, man, this will be funny if you did this. Like almost gave him the idea type of thing.
Yeah, not separate him.
That makeup artist is promoted like a man. That makeup artist.
The overall, bro, I'm telling you, man. Listen, man. I know. I've had friends that go to NASCAR. I know a lot of people that look just like that.
You lost, boy?
Yeah, hey, that conversation has happened. You think about even when Druski did the Alabama thing, bro, when Druski do the Roll Tide, the only thing is Druski was still black doing the Roll Tide. But those Roll Tide skits, bro, yeah, are you lost, brother? Where are you going? And that's exactly, hey, they look at you just like that. So, and it's acceptable there because yes, you don't see me there a lot. You don't. And so, yeah, it's acceptable. They will say that. Now, it ain't like just walking in the grocery store and they're like, hey, you lost, where you, cause like, yeah, everybody go to the damn same grocery store, but something like that, predominantly dominant color sport, yeah, there's some people that's gonna talk and they gonna chirp up and they gonna say that exact thing. But I think it's all fun and games. Obviously, for us, we're black. Obviously, for us, yeah, we're not gonna feel anything, right? Like we would have to have these conversations again. The Robert Downey Jr. thing in Tropic Thunder, like those would be conversations like where I would be like, man, I felt terrible about that, man. Oh no, I felt like that was unacceptable, bro. That was the funniest parts of the damn movie. He said, what you mean, you people? What you mean, you people? Like there were so many jokes in there, bro, that just slapped. And if you realize that was Robert Downey Jr. playing a black man, bro, that shit was comedy, bro. It was comedic gold. The timing of jokes, all of it, right? Not too many black actors in there, but enough black actors to make it pop. Bro, that was it. That was it. I loved it. I love that. Any white comedian go do that. I wouldn't be mad at all. It's the making fun of part, or it's all of the oppression. It's all of those things that, black people went through. It's the past, the history, all this stuff. Black people go on whiteface. There's no historical value there. There's nothing that What have white people been through that black people put them through? There's nothing there. So that's why for us, it's not a, oh yeah, that's funny. That's funny. And that's why I don't understand white people getting mad about that. Like black people should be the ones getting mad at, races doing that because of what, the history of, what our ancestors been through and different things like that is kind of where I'm at with it. Right.
I can
I don't know.
understand. I can understand your point of view. But I can go a bunch of ways. With it is what I'm about to say is like you say, comedy is comedy. But that's another conversation. I'm not gonna go into it. But we can't keep drawing on the past and give a pass because of what happened to us. Back in the day. I understand like backlash, and I understand like somebody in an interracial relationship throwing jokes back and forth that's within your household. But to go outside of it, knowing that is now a culture of people that don't have thick skin, that can't take a joke. It's real sensitive now. So with the sensitivity out there and everything, I can kind of understand, but yet I still fall back into the same things. Like y'all did it enough that it shouldn't offend y'all if the roles reverse.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna end it there. But like I said, like it's comedy to me, and the ones that's trying to throw out backlash is basically hating, and that's how I look at it.
What about you? One last thought on that, brother?
Nah. I don't feel like he was trying to beat a race down or poke fun of a race. I think he was just trying to show what goes on in certain places that we might not know about and speak light to it in a very comical way. And again, I think even Sammy said it, like you have people going along with it. Again, they didn't take anything against it. So nah, I don't know what they got. I could go back and say, Malibu's Most Wanted. Go watch that movie. You know what I mean? And you didn't see
Yeah,
no
but
backlash. You ain't see
that
no
ain't
backlash.
in blackface. That's cultural appropriation. That ain't
I feel it.
in blackface. You get what I'm
I
saying?
feel it.
That's the argument.
I get
People
you.
wouldn't
Like
be
as far
mad.
as like if he
People
didn't
wouldn't be
go
mad
full, if he didn't go full.
Yeah, if Druski was black doing all of that, they wouldn't have been mad. Him appropriating their culture, he wouldn't have been mad. But going in full undercover white face is where it all kind of, skews.
I mean, but I'm even
the
trying to think though,
lines
like
blur.
I didn't even like even when white chicks came out, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really even hear no backlash with that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they even
That
try to
is
make
a
it, and
good
that's
one.
why, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
the
because
culture.
it's the emasculating black man. That's why you didn't hear
Yeah,
no.
that's why you didn't hear. Yeah, they was
I mean,
playing white
maybe
women.
I guess you can see it like that, but I'm just saying. I just like because even when Tropical Thunder came out, like there was there's a streamer I watched, and they were talking about should they make a Tropical Thunder 2, but you can't because Tropic, my bad, but you can't because they pushed the line so much in that movie, like that made it funny. You know what I mean? And so like now where we are in society now, you wouldn't be able to safely push that line without somebody being offended and then canceling the movie or something of that nature. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't give them the freedom. And that's why I respect a lot of cartoons like South Park still that still push the line. Like they don't care. So it sucks, but I hate where we're at as a society. I understand it because we're trying to make sure everyone feels appreciated and their voice is heard. But then again, it takes away from a profession when you know this person is doing this primarily for comedy, and then you try and politic comedy. Like that's where I lose it up.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I love that.
100%. Oh,
Yeah.
well spoken, brother.
Yeah.
Sam, we did it, man. Another great episode, some more great content, some more great questions. Ladies and gentlemen, you made it this far with us. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We going to continue to bring these conversations to the forefront. We're going to take your comments and bring them into the episode. So leave us some feedback. Give us something we could do, something we could talk about. We love talking about topics that our fans want to hear. So again, I'm Wavy. We got Sam, Sir Octavius. Ladies and gentlemen, you might not like it.
what absurd is. Cuz I like to shoot, nickname dude perfect. If he throw it up, you know it's going in. Anybody out here on defensive, I just score again. I ain't never tripping by the L, we just go again. God ain't made nobody like myself, Deli born to win. You niggas a product of myself, should be proud to be it. But it's